the ones who have looked better than I expected, and after the break, I'm kind of see if it continues here.
EHOME had a really good start of this DPC tour. On the other side, Aster.Aries, this is do or die series for them, so they need to win it. If they lose it, they're guaranteed out. They're relegated to Division 2. Looking at the drafts, Marcy position 4. I didn't think we're going to see this hero being played as a support. Puppy did bang it out 2 or 3 times as a position 5. The hero got nerfed. Like, your cast range and rebound has been nerfed, so it's like you need to max out this spell. Not this, maybe put 3 points in it, but you also want to have a sidekick and dispose. So a bit of a difficult hero to play, I would say, compared to some other position 4s at the moment. Looking at the items, panel did talk about Slark going mid, so still might be doable. But then again, looking at Knight's items, he has a bottle queued up, so seems like it's not going to happen. But good idea. I've seen this matchup, Slark mid against the Batrider, like heavily favored for Slark, especially if you like play the matchup a couple of times. It's one of those like niche things where you want to play it at the right moment. It's a good Slark game other than Dart, which could ruin it. There was a series with OG when they played Slark against Ricky, and it was a difficult one. They need to have, like, sure, they have a save with the dispose, but you need to be, like, on the edge of it because the cast range is not great. Same goes for the snowball. You might pick him up through the cloud, but if you don't have anything to cast it on, then you're in a bit of a trouble.
Yeah, we've seen that be a problem. It was a huge problem in that game that you're referencing as well. I remember just so many times the Tusk tried to come in and get the snowball save, but it just wasn't there with the smoke screen, especially once you get that extra radius on it from the level 10 talent. Makes it even more difficult to try and get these saves with that smoke screen down. I'm thinking about Marcy as well. I think it fits Salad's playstyle. He's very aggressive. He's always wanting to run at you. The artist formerly known as Cat U, also a.k.a. Cat Feces, now Salad. It's a big change in names, but not a change in style. When he used to play for Newbie, you know, he played hyper aggressive. He would play heroes like Night Stalker as well, and just be in your face all the time. And I feel like this Marcy might fit that.
At the start of the Chinese DPC tour, we were mostly impressed by position 4s. I would say the way they like started off the season.
Yeah.
Very strong, very active early on. They make the moves flashy. I think it comes down to like Jin-Q setting up the trend. Like, first you had Baboka, then Jin-Q, who were really good flashy position 4s, and the others from the region started to follow.
Yeah, those two players definitely stood out early on, especially, you know, you referenced Bobica, DAC, when he was playing Tusk, moving around the map, just being a nuisance. Now Tusk is a mid-hero, apparently, and, well, times have changed. He also played Monkey King in the 4 position, Bobica. Man, that DAC,
oh yeah, the Basher Monkey King that worked on Wukong's my favorite.
It was a fun time. What was that? That was IG with OP mid, XXS in the off lane, Bobica in the 4. It was fun times. But going back to the game that's actually here and not history from a long time ago. Taking a look over towards top, and it's gonna be Xiao Yu and Salad. Is this a lane that can get many kills and kind of reliably play aggressively with a Nature's Prophet and a Marcy?
This Ursa, he's really good against Nature's Prophet because you can close the gap, get on top of him. DK in a bit of a trouble, does have Tango running, will pull the wave. LWW a bit low on mana, bringing some extra mana regen on the courier. But this top lane, like, yeah, you're going to get harassed by this Nature's Prophet, Treants. Salad did the D-ward and killed his own Sentry Ward. He placed it in the middle.
Dispose again. Red Panda
Good body
in trouble.
blocks.
He's got nothing to work with, and that's going to be first blood for EHOME.
Marcy's one of the better heroes overall to block with. Something about the model, the way she moves, like, it makes it so easy.
It's just newer model, better hitboxes, easy to just weave your way through. It's the polygons, right? Morphling kind of struggles with that.
Yeah, it cannot block with Morphling. Not doable. LWW.
Oh, Shockwave and the Skewer. All right. That's going to be a kill down here bottom.
MKS will try to gain some stacks from Essence Shift.
Oof. Even with just 3 on them, that started to chunk the Riki a little bit. Going to the early Wraith Band, this is an item that has seen plenty of popularity throughout the season. You think it's going to stay that way for the patch?
No, this item is getting nerfed, and the other ones are definitely getting buffed. Bracer and Nully, that is.
I'm curious about that. I wonder how you buff the others but nerf one. If they're like they're 3 in the same line of thought, right? Doubling it a certain time frame and the stats they give. TK just running at LWW, by the way.
LWW not even wanting to use his Frostbite. Like, usually you want to use it immediately because he just got harassed a lot. Down to 30% HP. In a trash hole for Mag, even potentially, if they use another Blink Strike, another Shockwave. Crystal Maiden needs to be careful.
Yeah, not a lot of health left on this Crystal Maiden. Does have 5 stick charges and 3 tangos still to work with. Looking at maybe dropping down an OBS, and we'll use that sentry to unblock that camp. So maybe they could get a pull and keep the creep equilibrium in a spot where they like it. Things a little bit quiet on. We've looked over mid now. Snowball. Knight, though, sitting low. Salad's here, rebounding and disposing White Album the other way. Shards are thrown out, and they do hit White Album, but not really doing too much. And the TP gets stopped immediately. TK, that was very bold. And that is not going to work out. MKS getting the kill here on TK and getting an early point in that permanent Essence Shift.
EHOME protecting this Tusk on the mid lane. Like, you need to do it because you're playing into Batrider. Like, even with the Snowball, it might not be enough. Salad actually picking up the Water Rune, not allowing Bat.
Ooh, burning though.
To refill his bottle, and Shards is available. Let's see if he can block him.
Oh, off the mark, but gave him vision to get the Snowball. So this looks like a dead Batrider, and they get the kill. Wild Wings not able to get the last hit, so LWW getting credit on the Batrider death. Things going really well for EHOME so far.
They're very active early on, moving around the map. 2 supports leaving the side lanes open. Like, you want to give this Nature's Prophet some solo XP. Same goes for, like, mostly Slark. You want to get him to level 6. They don't really have much damage early on to kill this Slark, and the MKS has been pretty much free farming in this bottom lane, sitting at 23 CS. With Crystal Maiden, you always have a kill threat. 1 slow, 1 Frostbite into a pounce. These heroes do not like to get leashed.
So EHOME, with this early advantage, this is kind of the style that they've played, and you know, previously it hasn't worked out for them when they've played the top teams, and that includes Xtreme Gaming, but XG's only 3-3, and EHOME can kind of tie that with a victory in this series. It's a battle for that 4th slot to the major right now coming into this last week, so it's interesting to see how these teams are going to approach it. I thought Xtreme would be locked in by now.
That seems to be the thing about Xtreme. Like, people have high expectations of them, but in terms of delivery, there's always something lacking. They might still make it in the end. They do have a series against IG, I believe that's the last one. So,
bottom lane. SS going down, so Shanxi not able to survive. LWW with another kill. This is a Crystal Maiden that's 2-1-1. Early kills for CM means some more harassment with the Frostbite Crystal Nova. And going to be walking over mid to Snowball on a White Album. And they'll come all the way through, but Red Panda's here. They brought in Zhao Yu. He's burning pretty low, but they've got the Frostbite. That should save him. He's always in the right spot. Getting another kill this time. He's on a killing spree with Crystal Maiden.
This is a good rotation from Zhao Yu. He TP's mid. Both supports are already there. He wanted to make put some pressure on the tower. Salad with the jump. DK will put the Cloud. Like, these 2 supports have very limited damage early on inside of Aster.Aries. Riki doesn't provide you with much. Same goes for Phoenix.
Yeah, we've talked about the 4 Riki, right? Like, how it really relies on that 15-minute timing.
Ooh, Zhao Yu.
Getting run down by the bear, but has the Sprout, has Salad, has Snowball. Knight's here, level 6. They've also got a Walrus Punch ready to go, and they'll use it as Ulu just dives so deep. And
he got baited, man. Zhao Yu. Very tanky. That's Raid Band, Power Treads, full magical, and 2 extra branches. Also getting that extra armor, extra regeneration from first tier 1 tower, then the second one. Ricky. Oh man, he's down to half HP already.
Yeah, level 4 for LWW. He's doing damage with that level 2 Frostbite. And he's got that first level into the Arcane Aura coming into the level 4. One thing I noticed about Zhao Yu's build right now, by the way, he's going Ag's first item. So looking to get that upgraded Wrath of Nature, lowering that cooldown, going to the Entangle.
Disarm, lower cooldown, plus a root mechanic. Again, against Mag, against Ricky, even Batrider. Like, there's so much value in this item, and it makes him tanky. Makes him, like, I don't know what they need to use to kill him. It needs to be, like, most likely Firefly or a full lasso and Ursa on top of him. Or they need to bring numbers, because his...
They're going in.
Stats gain is pretty high as well. Salad jumping in.
There's that Wrath of Nature. They need to be careful.
1 Wrath of Nature, and everybody's falling back immediately.
Yeah, Prophet, that's like, they hit some good spikes here with level 6, right? Like, Walrus Punch hits pretty hard early on. Wrath of Nature, level 6 is a big one. And even Salad, like, when he gets level 6 and has the Unleash, you see Marcy's power spike hit pretty high. Blue. Just sprouted up. And Enraging, they've got LWW, Frostbite, Dispose, trying to hold him down while he's enraged. Well, a tough task, but still forcing out that ulti. Maybe they go in again. Knight was in the smoke screen, shards and a snowball. This is going to come all the way over to the creep, and he's just going to die here under the tower, so a little bit too far for him. TK's been babysitting mid.
Aster.Aries is using this information that they showed 3 heroes on the top lane. Immediately they make a move on a mid. MKS still on top of the network. He's going for Echo Saber build, level 8. He has 2 sentries for himself. Pay attention, Slark players. This is what you want to buy. Very good item on Slark.
Pay attention, carries as well, just in general. He's willing to spend the cash, you know?
Like, you get the money back. That's the thing. There's no reason not to invest into sentries as Slark.
Yeah.
But it can be tricky in this type of a game, because you're playing against Ricky, and then you place down a sentry, you don't get the value of it, because you're getting scouted, you think you're underneath the ward, but it's just Ricky.
Well, unless you kill the Ricky, then you're getting value. But that would also require maybe Dust. More so than a sentry. Double damage bottled up here for White Album. I would say, out of all the mids, again, it's tracking back to what I said about Aster.Aries and thinking that they, having them ranked way higher than where they're at right now. I think White Album, in my eyes, is one of the more exciting and better mids to watch, but it's been kind of just underperformance for the team as a whole up to this point. So it's a little disappointing that White Album and this team haven't really done too much.
Yeah, it's the classic. It's not his fault. It's his team's fault.
No, it's a collaborative effort. I'm not trying to bail him out.
Batrider farming some huge stack of Ancients, which will get him to Boots of Travel. We've seen Batriders being on top of the net worth, especially in the European region. The hero is super popular.
We've seen players like Stormer use the Batrider to disgusting performances. Snowball, Skewer, all the way back to the tier 2 tower, and, well, now Knight, he's going to fall back to the tier 1, and MKS doesn't really want to frontline here. Bring some Treants, bring the team. Everybody's here for the side of EHOME to take a tier 1. Need to be careful, though, if RP lands, and they're going to have massive TPs come in. Smoke screen's already down, so these heroes have escaped the smoke screen. Maybe not Zhao Yu, because there is a lasso available, and like you said, it's lasso, it's Ursa, it's everybody that's needed to get a kill here on the Nature's Prophet, and they do so, and they do just that, but they lose the tier 1 tower.
Killing the tier 1 tower, MKS immediately TPs to the top lane, that Echo Saber is finished, going into Aghanim Scepter next. This is the big power spike for him. Once he gets that Ags, he can jump in and out of the fight. But again, he's playing into Ricky. Ricky does have a decent amount of gold, 12 minutes into the game. 1100 will die here probably, unless... Ooh. Batrider is there to help him out. Blink Strike keeping him alive.
MKS working on this Phoenix, has Supernova, but we'll see if Red Panda really wants to use it. Icarus dive the other way and trying to juke. Has done a good job, so Red Panda is just able to flap his wings and leave.
Power of Nature's Prophet TPs to the mid lane after finishing off the bottom tower, and I don't even know if he needs to go to the top lane. Slark is already there. Like right now, they do have very limited damage, as we talked about. Like this is gonna be some mean Slark. Once your sidekick is maxed out, you then have Crystal Maiden Aura for some extra farming as well. Underneath the ward, PK will get a D ward. A nice dodge there.
Wing strike over to
Buying
Red
a
Panda
lot of
too.
time for Aster.Aries. This is the exact thing he needs to do. Just buy time until your Ursa gets that Battle Fury. For now, he's been farming with the Empower, which is almost maxed out. 3 points in it. Gotta love Empower plus a Battle Fury.
The ultimate farming combo. Yeah, Battle Fury on its way because the ring health is now delivered. Ooh. Taking a look at that courier. It's got Trail of the Burning Doom. The Orbital Decay. And that Trail of the Burning Doom is always something I talk about because it's on a couple of these players' heroes with those glitched items. Xiao Yu, just 1,000 gold from getting that Ags. Does it seem like it's just not timely for him? It feels a little bit slow.
He died once bottom, and he's also not been farming the triangle as much, so it's an expensive item. Like it's a 4,000 gold item, so takes some time to farm it up.
You can see MKS, by the way, he got a little bit of gold thanks to that sentry, so he's gonna get even closer to an Ags thanks to him de-warding himself.
Just less than 1,000 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter. Will disassemble that Echo Saber. I don't know why. I want to see the upgrade for Echo Saber. Disassembling is cool, but some kind of an upgrade. Because most of the time we see it being picked up early on and then disassembled. And most of the time it's Mage Slayer after that.
What do you want it to be built into? Like a
I don't know. I don't have the idea. I
double
just want
Echo
it.
Saber? It hits 4 times instead of 2?
You gotta calm down, B-Cup. It's not... Yeah, instantly, you kill the Tombstone instantly. You get like 16 Essence Shift charges stacks in less than a second. Sounds like a right idea.
Well, I'm so glad they don't let me patch this game. I've had some interesting ideas at times. I think good ones, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's like 1 in 100 that it was good. There was one good one. I still can't remember because all the bad one that you say is just stick in my mind. 15-minute
push
mark.
the good ones out.
Yeah, Ricky bought the shard, killed the courier. We've seen Ricky kill so many couriers. I don't miss Bounty Hunter by any means, but remember the time when Bounty was just played, sit behind the tier 2 towers, plant an observer board, and go for those kills. Like Ricky has, like if you need to buy time, you can do the same thing with Ricky.
That's the hero I want to see get buffed. Red Panda, pounced, leashed, Supernova. They'll walk away as it'll explode. By the way, that courier that he killed was the Nature's Prophet, so Xiao Yu's not going to have that Ags for another minute and 15 seconds.
Mag with the Blink Dagger and the mech. So he's very farmed.
White Album coming over, and Walrus Punch. Is that going to be enough to stay alive? Not looking likely. Firefly Lasso now slept up. Sunray will burn him out with the help of White Album's fire as well. But a pounce and a leash from the low ground onto the high ground. MKS, he's getting a little bit low. You need to be careful. Goes into the Shadow Dance. Has that second pounce thanks to the Ags, but that was a little bit dangerous. Took a lot of damage real quick.
And now we see this power of Ricky. It's time to be annoying as much as possible. I don't think there's a more annoying spell in Dota.
It needs a buff.
We got it nerfed. It was undispellable before, 4-second duration. But it's a great setup for like Lasso, Flame Break, and mostly skewer, especially if you're trying to like push things and then they skewer back you into the tower. But I also want to see if MKS, like first time he dies, he will probably start thinking about his BKB because you are playing into Cloud. There is 4 staff being built on LWW. He's getting close. Like even Zhao Yu wants to build one, which I don't mind. You're playing into Ursa, Mag, Riki. A lot of value from 4 staff.
Yeah, they're going to need these ways to kind of break away from the side of Aster.Aries because I feel like they're kind of hitting a moment in time where they're at full peak. They finally pick up the Sags on the Nature's Prophet, so maybe they can work with that Wrath of Nature. We'll see. Pounce leashing, and they've got the rebound, but there's the BKB being forced from White Album. MKS. Ooh, BKB. Gonna last long enough.
It's a 9-second BKB. We see a lot of those 9-second BKBs used. Very defensive salad now.
Sleep. Silence, Dust. MKS on the backlines. Snowball, Red Panda, he's got Supernova, and will get it off. The RP comes out. Knight, MKS. He's still under the egg. He's going to die. They get TK, but it's not really much value when you lose your safe laner in your mid.
Oh, double pounce there just to get on top of a Phoenix, and they don't even get the kill. He gets the egg off. Batrider still has Lasso. Probably doesn't even need it here. It's a Crystal Maiden after all. Well, she will not even use the magic 1 charge, just saving it for the next fight. And into Roche immediately. Ulu, BKB done. Going into Basher and Blink Dagger next. This game is slowly getting out of control for EHOME. Like in terms of scaling, they're gonna get outscaled.
Lasso.
Especially with the item build that they're going for.
Zhao Yu TP's out.
A bit of a early Lasso there.
This Roche, we talked about it with Ursa lineups. It's just so important to get the first 2 Roche.
Yeah, first 4 Roshans for Ursa are the most important ones.
So just trying to make sure you get that Aegis, and then usually that free shard is pretty massive too here for Ursa's.
I talked about scaling. I see Nature's Prophet going for this 4 star. It's an okay item. I don't think it should be like your second item, because right now you have Aghanim Scepter, and he also has Lotus Orb queued up. I don't think it's his job to buy these items. Like he wants to be scaling, especially because Knight is not having a good time. This is Falcon Blade, Blink Dagger, Tusk, so your damage is very limited.
Do you think that we should have seen Zhao Yu go for like a Maelstrom after the axe?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Gleipnir overall. Like you need to be able to scale in this game. Tusk also picking up the Blink Dagger. Like, I think you need to go all in with the damage. Get that Deso.
Sark's here, pounces. They've got the Dust, the Wrath of Nature. Not going to do anything to stop them from killing Salad. And MKS, again, he's just not feeling like he could do any damage.
He can't fight against Ursa. Like, you can't dispel Fury Swipes. And he did not pick up his level 10 talent yet. If he wanted on Ursa, would probably pick up Mana Regen, but Fury Swipes reset against the hero like Slark, who also wants to reset in these fights, is so valuable.
So they're over. Dust again. Whoa! LWW killed very quickly. The Pounce, they'll leash up this mag, but another RP. He's got double damage, so they're going to need to leave. He used that Shadow Dance. White Album, though, on the backlines, trying to get a kill here on a Zhao Yu. They've taken out this Magnus. Knight over to the side with the Walrus Punch. Blink Strike on a Knight. White Album still burning away Zhao Yu. There's nothing he can do about this. Knight still, though, needs to run from Ulu, but can never do so. BKB, Freezing Field. Ulu, the damage all of a sudden just drops real quick. Silence, Blink Strike onto the Sark. They'll turn it around, but he gets a pounce and another one. He's able to leave. Salad looking like he's going to fall. He'll rebound away, but into his death. They've got LWW back into the fight, but the Sleeping Dart is there. He'll be put to sleep, and then the grave will be buried and filled with his body.
Man, this could have been a disaster. Slark playing with his life there. All they needed was like one Tricks of the Trade, one Blink Strike, one extra hit from Ursa, and he would go down. Riki pushing the tower. Some serious tower damage being dealt right now. Got those 2 hits in. We'll stop for now. Yeah, Ursa also found Brigand's Blade. Yeah, you see that, like, even with double damage on Slark, they still can't take these fights.
And it starts here, but the thing that I noticed too in this fight is Zhao Yu does not get an opportunity to do anything, because look, White Album just focuses him down and he's running, and never gets to just turn and do anything. The rest of the team's just fighting over on the down end of the steps.
As soon as Ursa starts hitting Slark, like, he just doesn't feel comfortable fighting back. He needs to go for the other targets, reset multiple times, and yeah, like Ursa popping a BKB there. Look at the cleave damage. Like, just by hitting one target, Salad drops down to 30% HP, and Ricky stopped. He thought it's gonna be enough. Like, I don't think Trix would kill him there, because it's just not enough damage. Slark had way too much Agi stolen.
Also, I think Trix at that time, just
Ricky,
it's level 1.
Man, what a build. I love this. Triple Fluffy hat. Triple Fluffy hat mana boots.
It's cold. You gotta keep your head warm. Walrus Punch, Snowball. They have found the Ricky. Even with an extra 375 health for Fluffy hat, it's not enough.
You see those punches from Tusk? They don't hurt. This is just like a support Tusk, pretty much. This is 23 minutes into the game. He lacks damage.
Yeah, Red Panda almost has as much farm as he does. Quite depressing from a mid-Tusk. They're going Hex now on Nature's Prophet, and
that's a better choice. I'm glad that he's staying away from the Lotus Orb. So this instant Hex against Ursa. Then they have like something to stop him with the Snowball follow-up, with the Punch. There is enough control, but then again, you have BKB piercing ability. They do have double Force Staff on both supports, on Aster.Aries, Mech as well. A lot of sustain. Sunrays there done. We didn't talk about the Red Panda too much, but he does have a shard on top of that, and the Sunray's maxed out. It's all about that Sunray, pretty much.
Speaking of shards, Slark has his, so has that Depth Shroud. Blink, Firefly, Salad is going to be chopped up here. So White Album getting an easy kill. He's on a mega kill streak. 9,000 net worth lead here for Aster.Aries. They just have not slowed down since that first Aegis. Even prior to that, too.
Ursa's getting out of control. He's at 16,000 net worth at the moment. Zhao Yu's courier dying again.
Just sitting there by the tier 1 tower, keeping it company. So BKB and then Tusk going Axe. I don't know if he'll farm that.
He'll get the farm. I think at this point you might even want to get that Aghanim Scepter as your first item, considering how the game is going, so you can kick out this Ursa and deal with the rest. So Slark deals with the rest. He's the one controlling Ursa, and then go into BKB. But then again, Zhao Yu needs to go for scaling items, going into Hex, and then needs a damage item after that, because you're not going to be able to deal as much damage. You just can't rely on Slark to do the whole thing.
Zhao Yu up here top. They've got this ward, so they have the vision. It'll be interesting when Zhao Yu finally hits that level 20. Probably go for the Sprout leashes. Satanic now for he has been hard to kill. Only losing that Aegis and that one death that he had earlier on. So killing this Ursa just seems like such a tough task.
They can't bring him down from 100 to 0. It's just not impossible. Even with the Hex, if the Sunray goes off, or with the 1 Force Staff, it definitely means that this Ursa is going to stay in the fight for a very long time. He just got level 18 as well, so End Rage, 30-second cooldown. We'll get that off in a fight multiple times, LWW.
Smoke's breaking, and he'll die very quickly. Now unstoppable for Ulu. Hoping to maybe control this area of the map while Roche is getting ready to respawn. 45 seconds until we potentially see what's up.
Slark did finish off his BKB, so doesn't need to care as much about that Sleeping Dart and Cloud anymore. Will have something to defend himself on top of the shard that you mentioned, so having a Depth Shroud. He can also save his allies, but there's a decent amount of AoE damage that they can deal. Batrider, Shockwave, like even Sunray.
How do you come back from this as EHOME? Do you just have to... Is it off the basis of winning a fight to the second Roche right now?
I'm not sure if they can contest this second Roche. Roshan is about to respawn. At least we're going to see when he's going to respawn. It's going to be 55 seconds. So they're looking for a fight. This Tusk, he's more of a like a save. He can't get in like and get the damage done. Usually these mid Tusk you see them going in, one punch a guy, mostly support with the combo. It's 4 versus 5 at the start. Xiao Yu trying to find White Album, but they're also fighting into Batrider, who does have a Shard Witchblade. We didn't talk about his items, but he's been farming quite heavily. Second on the net worth, and also he does have Arcane Rune in the bottle, so this could be a disaster. If Batrider gets his spells off, like lowering the cooldown on his abilities and items, like this is a BKB, Boots of Travel with Arcane Rune, so gotta be careful about it. He might buy back as well, just to secure the Roshan if he dies.
Quick respawn for Roshan, and they are by the pit. Aster.Aries will see that Rosh is now up. Slark gets that Mage Slayer finally. He disassembled the Echo Saber for Ags, got it back, disassembled for BKB, and then made it into a Mage Slayer. He's going Linken's next.
Against Lasso, but mostly Sleeping Dart.
Oh, they are not going to be in time for this Rosh. It's very late. They've got a sentry down. Xiao Yu coming over to the side,
BKB
but force staffing back. Add the Hex, they'll go to the RP, it's onto the Marcy, they should be able to clean up Salad, so they'll get at least that. Xiao Yu's also already dead. Never really able to do anything with that Hex. They get the kill on TK, but it's only the Riki that's going to fall right now. Knight in with a BKB, he's going to TP out. They've got the last on MKS, but rooted up thanks to LWW going into the freezing field. MKS needs to be careful, he's into the Shadow Dance, but now needing to run. Doesn't have a pounce for 5 seconds, and they'll stay on top of MKS and kill him off. So EHOME, they are just winning these fights again and again, as they'll get LWW eventually, as it's a godlike and double kill spree here for Ulu.
MKS heavily committing just to be able to get the kill on Riki. Double pounce and the BKB. Like, Riki's buying time with the tricks of the trade, with Cloud blinking around. This is not the target that you want to go for.
Look at Xiao Yu immediately force staff back, but never gets a chance to leave. That Batrider stays right on top of the Nature's Prophet, never let him go.
He had his number throughout the whole game. Like, we haven't seen Nature's Prophet deal damage in these fights other than using Wrath of Nature, but that's about it. And you see Knight already deeping out. Crystal Maiden, they don't care about this ulti. And something that we mentioned, this level 10 talent on Ursa, Fury Swipes reset time, extra 20 seconds, so it's 40 seconds. You get hit once or twice by Ursa, you come back, get hit one more time. You just don't feel comfortable coming into that fight. Good skewer back.
Yeah, on the 2. The attention is just on Riki the entire time. They are not putting out any damage onto the Ursa or onto the Magnus. MKS's BKB is over. They've got the skewer again. MKS forced to pounce the other way. It's actually towards the Riki. They finally get the kill on a TK, but now the lasso again on MKS. He's dead again. All that for Riki once more, and LWW is going to die another time.
They also bought back on Salad. His game is, like, he doesn't have a game. This is for Marcy. Bought back, has an Ogre Axe. This hero just doesn't farm. Like, we haven't seen this Marcy pop off in a single fight. Ursa getting, like, by getting out of control, I mean, he's been out of control for the last 15 minutes pretty much, and we can see the hero damage. 26,000 hero damage, 4K damage on Marcy. The lowest in the game pretty much.
I understand wanting to go for Riki, but when you're tunnel visioning him every fight the way they have,
Guardian Greaves, double force staff, Sunray, and Riki also being very slippery with his abilities, so difficult to catch. Like, I understand that they want to kill Riki because he's causing the issues with this Sleeping Dart. I don't even know who they can focus in, like, anymore, because everyone is so tanky. No one's just gonna die, and they do lack damage. There's a Hex on this Nature's Prophet that we mentioned, so that's an extra control. Salad now getting caught. Let's see where's the follow-up is. White Album.
Sleep. Right clicks. White Album's here. Salad's gonna try and survive with the Unleash, but he'll die to White Album as well, he's now got himself that Mind Breaker, so that initial silence came through, and well, Marcy wasn't able to do anything.
Ursa for now holding a Brigand's Blade. They should definitely swap items. You want to have that Mindbreaker on Ursa, and the full Abyssal Blade now done.
Knight hasn't really done much in this
Pops
game.
a BKB as well. Like, I think it comes down like to itemization. Nisha I think he's a good example who knows like what to do with this mid-tusk, where he decides to go for Deso in most of the situations, because he understands that if he goes for a BKB, like, you will lack damage. And sometimes you need to risk it, because you're already playing into 2 BKB piercing abilities anyway.
Right. And it just feels like if you're not going to build damage and Nature's Prophet's not going to build damage, who's going to have damage?
Slark is not really like a damage dealer. He needs to reset multiple times.
Skewer. Hex Lasso on MKS. They've got the control. It's on to the Slark. He'll pop the BKB. Get the pounce, but it's a 4 staff away. RPUs. Zhao Yu looking like he's going to die once again. They've got the control needed to find him, and
he's tanky but doesn't deal damage. And there's a, speaking of damage, double damage top salad going down one more time. This is a situation for EHOME. Ooh, they're fighting into Ursa. Aegis about to expire in 10 seconds.
They need to not kill him before this Aegis expires. It would be unwise to do so. Oh, Shards actually blocked them from continuing to chase. So now LWW is dead. The Aegis expires. Full health mana. Oh, yeah.
Good play-by-play there, recap. I mean, I can say the same thing for my analysis. Like, there's just not much to say about this game. This Ursa has been doing whatever he wants in these fights.
He's been doing whatever he wants in this game.
Eon Disc on Ricky, Eon Disc on Phoenix, which he doesn't have assembled yet. So even if they decide to go for supports, there's just not enough. They don't have what it takes. This Ursa got out of control from the laning stage. Even joined early fights, played with the mag. He gave him Empower. It was a 12-13 minute Battle Fury plus a phase boots, and now they're gonna go and finish off this game.
Yeah, this game has felt like it's all theirs for a while now. I would almost say as far back as that first Roche. It just gave Aster.Aries everything they needed to bounce very far out of control. BKB, but here come the bashes. MKS with his BKB trying to make something happen, but now, well, Shang-Chi, he's just watching as Slark tries to kill this egg unsuccessfully. He is going to die to the explosion on the Supernova, and they will lose 3 heroes again for EHOME.
Still not calling it. Even without Slark, they think they can take this fight. But more than 30,000 net worth lead for Aster.Aries.
Almost at that 1K a minute mark. We all know what that is. It's point of no
auto GG. Yeah, game
back.
Disconnects you immediately. There's still a tier 2 tower on the top lane, but Aster.Aries, they don't care about it. Seems like they want to get out of this game, focus on the next one, starting to kill these tier 4 towers. There are no abilities, like no real displacement abilities. There's no kick available. There's Marcy with the dispose, but that's not enough.
Unleash?
Speaking of the displacement abilities, they do have a better one. Mag with the skewer.
All right, smoke screen down. There's the GG call, and
very anticlimactic. Like, this could have been called even 5 minutes earlier, but they decided to play it out, see what happens. Complete domination from Aster.Aries in this game. I think EHOME